I think probably what's, and I'll probably be redundant from the service we had in Illinois or Texas, sorry,
Yeah.
wrong state. I'm just very, very grateful for the impartation that my dad had in our lives, us kids growing up. There was kind of a story or an experience that flashed back to me. I was standing back there, and growing up, we had this three-wheeler, and I don't know, I was 15, 14, thereabouts, something like that, and I had taken it all apart and fixed it in major breakdown and put it all back together, and it wouldn't start. And I kind of came to this apex of frustration, all my hard work, and it don't work. and I said to my dad, well, it don't start. And my dad just said, well, son, I guess you'll just have to figure it out. At that time, I didn't really appreciate that because I wanted some quick, easy answer, some simple solution. And in the end, it turned out to be something very simple that I had overlooked and was easily rectified. But it was really, that was that kind of thinking and that idea of principle that he was always striving for. It wasn't enough just to do it to be good enough. You had to cross the T and dot the I, and he, as a carpenter, he definitely applied that effort and that energy in everything he did. And subsequently, as kids growing up underneath that overshadowing, when you were tasked to do a job, you learned really quick. You did it right,
or you do it again.
The first time, because if you cut a corner or did it less than what was specified, you were doing it again. And that's eating into precious playtime if you got to do the job twice, and so those things are part of that overshadowing that came from my dad, came from our home, actually, both my dad and my mom. And and you can see, in reference to Uncle Larry, what you were saying, in terms of your upbringing and the particular environment of your home, in the aspect of my dad wanting to do what was the right thing to do, he was making efforts to make a course correction in respect to how he was bringing us up, as he had that opportunity in our lives and our kids. And I'm very, very grateful, very appreciative of that, because those things laid down basic framework so that as you go on in life, you can draw off of those things. Because as I tell my kids, now that I have my own kids, and they come, there's some meltdown or some situation, and it's not fair. Well, I'm sorry, honey, but guess what? Life's not fair. And you got to learn how to navigate through the waters with the correct or arrive at a correct perspective, or gain the right attitude in the midst of it. Because the bottom line is, life is not fair, and it's not free, so you got to learn how to navigate those things. And so I'm extremely grateful and appreciative, that, and it is true, life is short. I'm approaching, of course you're all going to say, well, you're just a young guy, but I'll be 50 next month, and of course I've never been there before. but coming to that point and looking backwards, in my mind, it just seems like that. But it also seems like as I'm going forward, it's moving even faster than it did when I was 18, 19, 20 and couldn't wait to get outside the house, you understand. but yeah, and you know, so you know, just very, very grateful for the impact and the impartation on his part with respect to my life that I can in turn hopefully do the same with my own children and pass it forward, so to speak, you know, because you know, we see where society is going, and you need people of integrity, you know, and people of principle. So, but yeah, I'm very, very grateful for it all.
Thank you.